times and bad times. And you two have been together for what, a couple of years now?
Like
A year? Okay. And so surely you had some bad times. And it's the bad times that life guarantees to each and every one of us. It's the bad times that test one's relationship. Because during those bad times, you don't like each other. And that's normal in a relationship. But what isn't normal in a healthy relationship, if you reduce those negative feelings into negative words, if you start insulting each other, saying demeaning words to each other, that is not normal in a healthy relationship. 65% of marriages end in divorce because couples do not know how to disagree without fighting. So remember that when you have those bad times, you need to remember that you want your marriage to last, and so do not say the mean words. Excuse me.
Need water?
No, I have a little asthma.
Yeah.
Okay. Miguel, repeat after me. I take you, Joanna,
I take you, Joanne,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I will love, honor, and cherish you
I will love, honor, and cherish you
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will always
I will always
be faithful and true
be faithful and true
to you alone.
to you alone.
Joanna, repeat after me. I take you, Miguel,
I take you, Miguel,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
I will love, honor, and cherish you
I will love, honor, and cherish you
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will always
I will always
be faithful and true
be faithful and true
to you alone.
to you alone.
Okay, now both of you repeat after me at the same time. I promise you,
I promise you,
when we're having those bad times,
when you're having those bad times,
and I don't like you,
And I don't
I will think of this day
I'll think of this day
and remember why I married you.
and remember why I married you.
Hopefully then,
Hopefully then,
I will only remember your good points,
I
I
will
will
only
only
remember
remember
your
your
good
good
points,
realizing
realizing
there's no such thing as a perfect person.
there's no such thing as a perfect person.
I understand that love has to be nourished
I understand that love has to be nourished
on a daily basis.
on
on a daily basis.
Therefore,
Therefore,
I will make every effort
I will make every effort
to only speak
to only speak
kind,
kind,
loving,
loving,
and respectful words to you.
and respectful words to you.
Okay, Miguel, if you'd like to put the ring on Joanna's finger.
I'm about to get mine.
Miguel, do now give this ring to Joanna in token of your love and affection and in taking her as your wife.
Alright.
Okay, Joanna, put the ring on Miguel's finger. Joanna, do now give this ring to Miguel, whom you've taken as your husband, and giving him this ring in token of your love and affection and taking him as your husband.
Yes, I do.
Okay? So, these rings represent to the world that you are bound together as husband and wife. And what that means is that your obligations to each other should become first to each other before anyone else. But before I pronounce you husband and wife, I'm going to give you a mini formula to do with what you may. I don't know what you did during that year when you got upset and you didn't like each other, but the normal feeling is to get in your car and to drive as far away as you can get from that person, because you can't stand that person. Well, you don't do that in a healthy relationship. You both need to stay under the same roof, but each in your own space, because you don't want to see that face and you don't want to talk to that person. So, for instance, when you get back, you say, okay, this room and this brown chair is mine, Joanna's. And this room and this blue chair is mine, Miguel's. And when your spouse is in their space, respect their space, leave them alone, let them cool off. And as that person is cooling off, that person should remember why they married that person, so that you only concentrate on the good points. Now, if you come to a fault that you cannot handle any longer in your spouse, in something that they say or do not correct them when they say or do the act, because you're upset and will only escalate to anger. Do not correct them in front of someone, because that's insulting and demeaning. Wait until later on that day, non-confrontational manner, approach your spouse and say, honey, I have a problem. I need your help. Will you help me? Can we talk? This way it's not accusatory, because if you can't handle it, you do have the problem. No matter how silly or ridiculous you think it is that your spouse should feel that way over nothing, remember, you want your marriage to last. You love your spouse, and you don't want to see your spouse hurt or upset. So then you must modify your behavior. Okay? 2, do not call family members or friends. Sorry, y'all. They mean well, but they have caused additional issues for the couples to try and settle. You have enough stress besides trying to adhere to what the people are giving you advice over. You need to settle your differences from your own perspective, not from someone else's. And in addition, what you're doing is you're destroying the relationship of your spouse with that person, and that's not fair to either one. And you think that you're confiding in one person, but that one person may tell one, and that one will tell one, and before you know it, your business is under everyone's roof, all exaggerated, and then it comes back to your roof. And then that's more stress for you two to have to deal with, because it will be distorted. Okay, so keep your marriage holy and sacred. Keep your differences only under your roof. Resolve each issue as they come up. And don't think that later on that day, everything seems to be normal and everyone seems to be happy. Because when someone gets upset, it grows a little seed in your soul. And that little seed, for the next time and the next time, if it's not resolved, will grow into a big snowball and blow up in your face. So don't let that happen. Okay, so having taken these pledges of love, honor, and cherish before your parents, family members, and friends, by the power vested in me in the state of Georgia, I do therefore pronounce you husband and wife with great pleasure, Joanna. You may kiss each other. Un beso. Bravo.
Say.
Can you come this way?